Alright, Grip TV Nation, here we go. It's the iRacing stream tutorial. I'm Matt Malone. I'll be your tutorialist for today. People ask me, hey, I want to stream my races, but I don't know how. Well, you found the right video. Here we go. We're doing the full iRacing stream tutorial, starting from the basics all the way up to the pro stuff. Talking Q2 apps. The very first thing, the question you should ask is, am I even able to stream? Yes, I want to stream. I play iRacing, but can my computer, can my network, can my equipment handle streaming? So let's get started. As you can see, my setup, I have two monitors. The second monitor, what I use for OBS, for chat, for other things that's off screen that I don't want the viewer to see. That's all on the second monitor. I highly recommend you get at least a second monitor. You can get them for pretty cheap now. So definitely recommended there. A lot of people use just one single monitor and they minimize OBS, which is fine. But today we're going to be concentrating mostly on a dual monitor setup for the stream. So you got to make sure you got everything situated. As you can see, my second monitor is right next to my main monitor. I can see it really well. It's just a glance over. It's most of the time it's peripheral that I can even see the chat pop up. Because as you can see, chat's right next to it. It's nice and zoomed in. It's great. So that's another question you got to ask is, do I have multiple monitors? Do I have the right room set up to be able to put these monitors where they need to be? Get everything going here. Get your setup, get your camera where you want it, get your mic where you want it. Some people have just a headset with a mic. That's totally fine. So those are kind of the things you got to think about there. You don't want to have your chat monitor all the way across the room or something. You're trying to look around. Where the heck's my chat? Or I know some people that don't have multiple monitors. They have to use an iPad or even a phone. And so just make sure you have that phone somewhere, that tablet somewhere where you can see it. So you can interact with chat and everything. The next thing would be your internet. How fast is your internet? On the screen right now, those are my results I did, and it all depends on when you do the speed test. Yeah, I'm good to go as far as that. I got like Comcast Blast or whatever. So if you have like the next tier up for internet, you'll definitely be good. Jimmy Broadbent used to stream with 10 down and 1 up, which is your basic internet pretty much. So it can be done. Your quality won't be as great, but it can be done with lower internet speeds. Computer hardware. Your processor is going to be doing most of the work here for streaming, so I would recommend an i5 or something similar to that. Graphics-wise, you obviously do need a decent graphics card to be able to run iRacing, and whatever type of frame rate that you're getting currently in iRacing, expect that to take a hit by about, I'd say about 25% or so on your performance in game while streaming. But I have an i5 with a ATI Radeon of a 7950, and I do just fine. Those are the basics as far as are you able to stream. After that, if you meet all those requirements, then we can get started. As you can see, there's an index showing right now. Just click on any one of the categories to go directly to it. But we're going to be starting out with the basics, then slowly progressing up to some of the tougher stuff when it comes to streaming. Not tougher, it's just you got to be able to set it up and all that good stuff. But here we go, guys. We're starting with the basics. It's the Grip TV iRacing stream tutorial. Let's get started. Alright guys, well before we even download OBS, we got to make sure our monitors are set up properly. Obviously I'm only recording the one main screen right now, but I right now would have two monitors set up, either on the left or right side of my main monitor. So to make sure that they are working good to go and we're going to be able to use them as two separate monitors, just right click on your desktop and go to screen resolution. And I have 3 monitors, but pretty much what you want to do is you can just identify whatever one is your main monitor. Make sure it's your default. Let's see here. Currently, the number one monitor is my main display. So this is where all my icons and stuff will show up. And then your second monitor, whatever monitor that you're using to read chat, just make sure it is oriented correctly as it is in real life, and you're good to go. That way you'll actually be able to move your taskbar. For single monitor streamers, this isn't really a big deal. You just may have some black bars when you go ahead and pull up iRacing as a scene or a source in OBS, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So this is pretty much just to set up your monitors, make sure you are able to move your taskbar to the other monitor. Let's just go into our iRacing folder. That's in your Documents folder, and then iRacing. And open up the app INI file in Notepad. And we're going to want to scroll down to where we find graphics. Scroll down a little bit further. Windowed height 1080. Windowed maximized 0. Windowed width 1920. Windowed X position is at -8. And windowed Y position is at -30. What this does is run iRacing full screen, but windowed mode. Gives you, as a race car driver, the full screen without having a taskbar or any window borders or anything. And it also allows OBS to capture it in full 1080p. And you still have access to everything on your taskbar, OBS, with your mouse. It's good stuff. You don't have to use Alt-Tab, nothing. So for dual monitor setup, I highly recommend these settings. For anybody else, what I used to do was I would just have my taskbar as it is on the left side. I would open up iRacing, and then I'd pretty much do one of these. Just throw it to the top, and I would be racing with the taskbar there and the top window thing here. But then when I captured it in OBS, I obviously only captured the iRacing video portion. So yeah, I would race with the taskbar and the window border up top. It didn't really, I got such a big monitor. It's a 39-inch TV. It's right in front of me. So it didn't really bother me too much. But with these new settings, I'm able to run full screen with the taskbar on the other monitor, which is great. Just one of those polished things, I guess you could say. It's really not necessary, but it's nice. So as long as you got these settings here, also the reduce frame rate when focus lost, make sure that is set to 0. That way you'll maintain full frame rate even when the focus of iRacing is lost on OBS or on another application. So there you go, you got your app INI file all set up to be able to run iRacing. Let's go ahead and get OBS. Alright guys, so the link is down below in the description for OBS. So just head on over to the website and download the latest version here. Unzip it or just install it, just like a normal program. And you'll be good to go. That's OBS. Alright guys, we're going to go over the basics of OBS, how to set up a scene, a source, how to get iRacing loaded up. So here we go, fresh install. On yours, it'll be completely blank down here. You won't have any scenes or sources, but that's right, we're about to make one right now. So whenever you want to add a scene, let's say we want to add our first scene for in iRacing when we're racing a race. So you just right click, add a scene, we'll call it iRacing Race. Alrighty then. So now we want to add iRacing as a source. Before you can add iRacing as a source, make sure you change the app INI file to be windowed full screen. make sure you've moved your taskbar to a different monitor, and make sure that you are running iRacing right now. You got the simulator up and running. Now we can add a source. I use window capture. Don't use monitor capture for this, and I have not ever had good luck with game capture. So I just use a window capture. Call it iRacing. Up here, you're going to want to find it under window, iRacing.com simulator. That's the most important thing. So we want the inner window. I guess we can, we capture our mouse cursor so people can see what we're doing in the garage, or if we're messing with our black box or something. So we're good to go there. Everything else is default. Press OK. Now we see that we've added a source. Now to be able to preview it, let's just go ahead and preview the stream. Click this to make it look like you're actually streaming, but you're not. So this is what people would see if you were streaming right now in this viewing window here. So we have iRacing all set up, perfect. Oh my gosh, it's just great. I mean, since we followed the app INI file, we made it to where it's exactly full screen, 1080, or downscaled, whatever. Or we're downscaling it after the fact. But anyway, it fits the entire window. There's no black bars or anything, so good to go. All right, so another thing that we can do is go ahead and just go through some of the basics of OBS here. Right now we're previewing it. There's an option to record, just to your local hard drive. You can record it without streaming, and then the start streaming button right there. Obviously, that's when you're ready to go. Your settings here is just your normal settings. You can access it right from there or from up here. Edit scene. That's what we're doing here. We can it puts a outliner on it, and you can drag it around, make it smaller, move it around, do whatever you got to do. Global sources. This is your list of global sources. You want to use global sources when you're using something on multiple scenes. That way it only has to load once, and it'll be a lot quicker transition. And here's a list of all your plugins that you have. Another good one is a video source plugin. Just Google, I'll have the link down below to video source plugin. Essentially what it does is you can load up an MP4, and then whenever you click on it, it'll start playing the video. That's how I do my intros and all that stuff. So video plugin, definitely a nice feature. So we got our iRacing up there. It's working great. We'll add the BetBot and all that stuff a little bit later. But so let's say we want another scene for when we're not racing. So this would be non-racing scene. So for this, we would probably just want a monitor capture to capture our monitor. Let's get rid of iRacing here so we can see what we're doing. Okay, as you can see, we got the whole monitor going here. And this would be, you could have an overlay. You could have an overlay for this if you wanted. You can make this a little bit smaller. Things that you can do in here are do a sub-region. I do this so I can cut off stuff that's not important or you don't want people to see. So you would select a region. I don't know how much of this you can actually see here, but pretty much what it does is highlight the entire monitor, and then you just crop the sides, drag and drop all four sides to the size you want. You press enter, press OK, and as you saw, it got a little bit smaller there. So now if we are in a browser situation, it cuts off the address bar. You see that? Let's go a little bit lower. Select the region, go down, enter, OK. Okay, so now I cut off my bookmarks, the address bar, and all my tabs from the top. So I'm just saying you can crop it however you want. You can make it thinner. you know, bring in the sides a little bit. That way, if you do have another overlay or something, you can it's just focusing the camera in on what's most important. So there you go, that would be your non-racing scene in between races, and then you have your iRacing scene. You gotta have iRacing loaded there, but yeah, so now you have two scenes, and you know, OBS is very friendly. Yeah, if you want to add anything, you just go to add source. You can add an image if you want. You can, you know, go to your list of global sources, add an additional monitor capture, a window capture. Here's the video. There's a video plugin. Let's just add an image just for fun. You just browse to an image. Jumbo turkey legs, nice. And then if you want to edit the scene, do that. You drag it around, resize it, put it right there. And then if, let's say, because see how it will snap to the edges? Let's say you want to get some fine tuning in. You can just use the arrow keys to move it around so you get really precise. Other than that, you got your preview button, your start recording button, start streaming button, your microphone settings here. You can turn it off, turn it back on again, lower it. Pretty standard. Here's your desktop audio. Careful, like when you load YouTube videos and stuff and you're not sure how loud it's going to be, maybe just do one of these. Load the YouTube video, and when you got it to the right volume, then you can put it back, or you can even do a nice little fade in, fade out. You know, if you want to get fancy, I do that. But yeah, that's about it for the basics of OBS. So you just kind of got to mess around with it with adding certain stuff. Now you see, this is just kind of, these are just layers. So we have this here over our monitor capture. If we wanted to take that down, you can either just right click on it and you can position it. You can set it horizontally. There's so many options. But let's say we just wanted to go below it. So now it's just layered. So now our monitor capture is over the image. Standard stuff there. But yeah, that's your basics on OBS. Just mess around with it and you'll learn a lot more from it, that's for sure. But here we go, let's take a look at settings to set up OBS. So here we go. Under General, you can have multiple profiles. I just have my Showdown stream in there. Pick your language. Going on to Encoding tab, I'm using the X264. I'm running 2800 bit rate. And you can see the audio and all that good stuff there. I'm just going to kind of go through these settings. Just pause the video if you wanted to take a look at it a little bit closer. And we do live stream to Twitch, so you just kind of pick your service there, Twitch. Pick your server that's closest to you. And go ahead and get your stream key. You can find that on your Twitch account. Just go to your dashboard and then go to stream key, and you can get that. Just copy and paste it in there. I do run a auto reconnect. This is in case OBS fails on me, and then it will reconnect. You know, start streaming again after 10 seconds. And then you can even use OBS as a screen recorder. Be able to save the files right on your local hard drive to be able to do anything you want later on. That's what we're doing here. That's why that's checked. Video. Make sure that your graphics card is chosen here, not your integrated graphics card. That's important. Usually you'll be your native resolution will be at 1080p, and then usually you're going to want to go ahead and downscale this to 720p for when you're streaming. Right now we have it set to 1080 for the recording, but for streaming you're going to want to go ahead and downscale that to 1.5. Use a filter on there. I'm using the fastest one here. You can also try the other ones out. And at 30 frames per second. If your Windows personalization is set to Aero, I don't have Aero on my Windows. You're gonna want to take that off, or just click this so every time you open up OBS, it will disable the Aero. That's important. All right, on to audio. Just your default desktop audio, and then make sure your microphone is clicked here. Your good one. Don't use your. Sometimes webcams will have an integrated microphone. Just make sure you have the correct one checked. And over a lot of testing and help from other people, for my case, this may change for everybody else. I do have to have a 100 millisecond offset for my mic, and I have my mic boost at 2 and a desktop boost at 1. So just so you know, that'll be different for everybody. On the hotkeys, I don't use any hotkeys, but you sure can use them. I probably should, but it's an option. And some of the advanced stuff here, I haven't changed too much stuff. I do know that this does have to be on main right here, but mostly default in throughout here. So that's about it for the settings for OBS. So it'll be good to go there. All these links are provided down below. We're going to be heading over to the Q2 apps site and be looking around here. This is the home page for the Q2 apps, and you're going to want to go ahead and install it. You're going to see this paragraph here throughout Q2's website. It's all the same. It's all just one install package. So go ahead and get your 64-bit or 32-bit, whatever you want. Throw it on the desktop. Alrighty then, we got that action right here. Good to go. Let's go to the other link provided, CLR Browser Source Plugin. This is for OBS, an official plugin, and this is what's going to allow you to have the BetBot up on screen. It's going to allow you to have the chat up on screen. It's going to give you, it's pretty much OP. So if you're running OBS, you're probably going to want to have CLR Browser Plugin. So go ahead and get it here, 64-bit, nice, throw it on the desktop. Alright, so we've pretty much gotten everything downloaded that we're going to need for now. So let's go ahead and unzip all that and apply it. So this is our Q2 folder here. Put it right there. We can get rid of this now. And we can rename this if we want. And here's our CLR browser plugin. Let's go ahead and extract that. And as you can see, we have a folder and a DLL file. You're going to want to copy or cut both of these. Head on into your OBS folder and go to the plugins folder and go ahead and paste both the folder and the DLL file. As you can see, I've already got them here. CLR host plugin and CLR host plugin. We've just installed the plugin. So there you go. You will have to restart OBS for that to take effect. But now that we have our CLR browser, we're good to go there. And I can even show it to you here. Go to plugins and we can see the CLR host plugin is there. We're good to go. Alright, onto the Q2 folder. Let's open this up. And here you can see we have our BetBot, our chat, and our server.exe. Pretty self-explanatory. We know what the BetBot is. The chat.exe. This is for everything chat, so you're going to definitely want to be running that. Server.exe is for all the overlay stuff. We're talking standings, fuel. Oh boy, a bunch of stuff. I don't really use any of this, so further reading may be required on the Q2 website in order to get that going. We won't be going over any of that today, so sorry about that. But we'll just be concentrating on BetBot and chat.exe. Alright, so the BetBot. Here we go. Let's get the BetBot going. Everybody loves the bet. So first thing you're going to want to do, go ahead and double click on the betbot.exe. It's going to open up for 5 seconds and then it's going to close down. Perfect. And what that did was create a betbot.ini file. Let's go ahead and open that up. And it's pretty self-explanatory. What you're going to want to do is just fill in the blanks here. So you put your channel in and the type of currency that you want it to be. And this option here is to be able to allow your viewers to bet even if the race is an unofficial race. So you're talking like, you know, hosted sessions, league races, just on any unofficial race. So we want that on. The next option here, slow down those rich users. This is all optional, obviously. If you have 100K, the user can bet at least half. If you have over a million or more, the bettor has to bet all. So that's just to make it a little bit more fair. There's an option whether or not you want all of your BetBot data files to be backed up. In case there's an issue, you can always revert back to the old stats. It's pretty helpful. And here we go. The default name of the BetBot is Batman Cave. You can change that. You can go ahead and log in with your own account, a dummy account, a different account you created. If you need to get your oath token, you can generate an oath token just by going to this website right here. Just do it once, and you can use that oath token throughout multiple applications. So just make sure you don't give that out to anybody or all that stuff. But yeah, go ahead and get your oath token, and you can put it in here. And that way, when the BetBot goes ahead and logs into your channel, it'll be under whatever login you want. So let's go ahead and save that out. That's perfect. And we can go ahead and double click it. And as you can see, we've joined our channel right here. So we can go ahead and minimize that. BetBot is running on our channel right now. So let's go ahead and add it to our scene. Wouldn't that be great? So this is how you would add the BetBot to a scene on OBS. It does involve using the CLR browser plugin, but we already got that in there, so we're good to go. So let's get started here on the Kutu Apps website. Just go on down to the Twitch BetBot, and it gives you all the instructions here. We've done most of it. We've installed the BetBot. We've got it going. We got it set up. We gave it a different name for currency. We're good to go. So, how to set up the overlay. Easy stuff. It's just telling us that we do need the CLR browser plugin, which we do have. And we want to create a new CLR browser layer with this URL. And this will be for when the betting actually opens. So we're just want to copy that. Head back over to OBS. We're going to want to create a global source. So we're going to want to add a global source. And this will be a CLR browser source. Perfect. All right. And this will be betting has opened. Oh, it already exists. All right. Perfect. And the URL that we had copied, we're just going to want to put it right here. And as you can see, it's the QTube and it's the bets. And he does have recommended dimensions for these. And for the betting, he's got it at 210 by 236. So 210 by 236. This is the size. It'll show up on screen. Okay, you just press OK. We're good to go. So now we have that as a global source, and whenever we want to add that to any scene or source, we're good to go. We can just add it. So we're going to want to add another one for the bet leaderboard. All right. Head back over. We got the stats one, the leaderboard URL here. Just copy and paste that right into your OBS. And the dimensions for the leaderboard, 200 by 172. Alrighty then. So we got them both here. Good to go. So let's say this is our main scene. And we want to go ahead and add a global source. So you just right click on sources. And And go ahead and add the bets have opened. And to be obviously this will only pop up when the betting has opened, but after you click edit scene, a little red box will appear, and this is where it's going to be. So let's just put it there for now. And we're going to go ahead and add another global source, and that's our leaderboard. And since we do have the BetBot running, it does show up. So we can just put that right there for now. So there you go, you got your BetBot. Next thing we want to add would be the chat. So let's go back over to our Q2 folder, and we can see our chat right here. So we're going to go ahead and double click it. Yes, we want to allow access. And it says right here that we're connected. Hooray! Just as easy as that, folks. So just minimize it. And we're going to head into here. And we want to add another global source. And this is going to be another CLR browser. And this is going to be on-screen chat. This is the chat that'll pop up on screen. And it wants us for another URL, so we're going to go back to the Q2 Apps website and head down to Twitch Chat. Customizable Twitch Chat overlay for OBS. Hooray! Alrighty then, let's go to the settings. Oh, by the way, this is not a joke. Let's go to settings. All you do is plug in your channel name here. And we see a little preview of what the chat's going to look like. This is all gets changed in real time. For instance, the background opacity. If you already have a dark background or something, maybe you want that to be 0. Or if you want the text to really stand out, maybe you want it at 100. I'm going to set it to 75 right now. So you're customizing. This is the way your chat's going to look on screen. So here we go. There's a lot of options. You can have filters on them and all that good stuff. So once you're satisfied with the chat, you can just copy and paste this top URL and go ahead and put it in your OBS URL space there. And we got to figure out a dimensions for it. So you don't want it too big. So just kind of guess here. You can change this at any time. That looks about right, sure. Then if you want to add it to your scene, you just add global source on-screen chat. There it is. And here we go. It'll take just a second to load up. And this is our chat. Try not to resize it at all by dragging it. You don't want to do this. You want to resize it back in the options. And there we go. Load it up. You can go to your channel and test it if you want, but it looks like it's good to go. So you can put that anywhere you want. Oh man, look at us go. We got the leaderboard, we got chat. Oh my gosh. We're gonna head back to the Q2 Apps website. Scroll on down to where you find the spaceship control panel. And this is gonna be how the streamer views chat and interacts with the viewers. So just go to your settings page. And if your stream accepts donations, you can put the info in there. There's even links to how to find that info, but just put it in there. That way, when you get a donation, it's actually going to pop up in your stream monitor, your spaceship control panel. So customize it any way you want there. There's some options. The highlighted messages, in my case, if someone types in Matt, the entire message is highlighted in red. That way I know if someone's talking to me, if they get my attention, hey, don't take tires, just fuel, you know. Yeah. Matt, don't screw this up now. Okay, so once you're satisfied, just click go right here, and it'll take you to your stream monitor. Make sure you bookmark it. And as you can see at the top, we got our title. Change that at any time. Just go ahead and update the title there. You can tweet it out. Tweet anything out you want. You can see how many people are viewing you and how many followers. Down here is your default Twitch chat. You have all the same options as you would. Remember now that in order for this to work, in order to see messages pop up, you do have to have the chat.exe program running. So just open it up and minimize it. Now if someone's in your channel or you start typing, it comes right up. As easy as that. And as you can see, as we expand it, it's there as well. Obviously the default Twitch chat is going to have more stuff in it, because remember this, we've had some filters put on. So the filters are going to filter out a bunch of stuff that we don't want to see as a streamer, like the betting stuff and all that. So this one's going to be really cluttered, and this one's going to be nice and clean. When you see, this is more than just a Twitch chat. It's called Spaceship Control Panel for a reason. When you get a new follower, when you get a new donation, it comes up in this area, and it's nice and highlighted. You know what's going on. It's there for a while. You can scroll up quite a bit. If you wanted to run a full 25-minute race, and at the end of it, go back through and see and give a shout out to all your followers or whatnot, you could do that because it's all highlighted. It's saved right there. It's wonderful. So definitely be using the Spaceship Control Panel when you can. And as you can see, like, I'll pop this out and put it on the second monitor really close. Right now I'm zoomed into 125%. This way it makes it a lot bigger so I can read it. You know, like right now I'm at 125. You know, in a couple years I'll be at 150, and before you know it, I'll be blind. I won't be able to see anything. No. So here we go. Usually it's about 125% for me or so. And that way I can just read it a lot better. It's so much easier. So there you go. There's your stream monitor. Definitely use this, guys. It's wonderful. I mean, it completely replaces the Twitch dashboard, which I never used anyway, but the Twitch dashboard is kind of not user-friendly in my opinion, and this is just so much more straightforward, so much cleaner, and great. So definitely use this stuff, guys. Alright guys, next thing we want to do is make a cool overlay, right? Everyone wants to have a cool overlay. So the first thing you want to do is just head into iRacing and just take a full screenshot of you in the cockpit. So we're in the cockpit, just get a full screenshot. And next thing you're going to want to do, just get out of here so the motor stops. Alright, we got our screenshot, so let's head into Photoshop. We got our full 1080p screenshot here, so we want to make a cool overlay. So we can start by adding stuff. I don't know, we're probably going to want some sort of a logo, right? Oh, that's our blue arrow. This is our logo. Perfect. Alright, so let's say this is our logo. We'll put it right there. Let's say we have a face cam. So we want to be able to get our face cam in there. Just find out what your aspect ratio for your face cam is. Mine's just 16:9, so we can just create a 1080p. It doesn't matter. We're just trying to get the right dimensions here. Just kind of figure out where we're going to put stuff. So let's say our face cam is going to go about there. It's pretty big. It might scare somebody. That should be okay. Let's say we want to advertise our YouTube or something. Put something down here. I don't know. Some of you guys that are a little bit better at Photoshop probably know what to do here, but it takes a little while to mess around with this stuff, get things where you want it. You could go a little bit more simple. It doesn't matter. Let's say you got your YouTube down. Oh, YouTube.com. That's a great website. So we got where we want our face cam's gonna be. We got some advertisement, blah blah blah. We got our logo. Man, we're good to go. We just gotta think. Okay, maybe our BetBot thing will go over here on the left side. Okay. Let's say we just want to get a quick border here for our face cam. Just do that. This is like pro. So, okay, we got a little overlay, so just Get rid of that. Save it out as a full PNG. Save for web and devices, by the way. Transparency, PNG 24. Good to go. Save it somewhere. Thought I made a folder. Here we go. Alright, we save that out. You can close that. Go ahead, add it to your OBS scene. This would be our overlay. Go ahead and find it. There it is. And you can see it popped up there. Alright, so we got that. We got our image. So let's go ahead and get into the card and see how it looks. And we're looking alright there. Got it lined up just where we want it. Looks just like it did in Photoshop, so that's good. So you're probably going to want to add your FACECAM. So let's, usually you'd put that under global sources. So let's go to global source and we can add a video capture device. And just make sure you have the correct settings here for your device. You can configure it. Make sure there's no audio coming from your webcam. And there's even an option for chroma key if you got a green screen or a blue screen behind you. But that's pretty basic. Just add it, just like anything else. We already have one, so we're not going to add it. So you have that on your list of global sources now. So just head on over, global source, FaceCam. Uh-oh, here we go. Hey, here I am. Hey, Grip TV Nation. So just go to edit scene, drag it, and then you can put it anywhere you want. For our case, we want it right there. And since the face cam's on top, we just want to take that down. Hold control, hit down until we are... We need the image. This is our overlay. We want this to be right on top of iRacing. Let's see here. Oh, we had full monitor on. Take that off. We just want our face cam to be behind the overlay. There we go. So now our little border covers up the edge. Whatever. So there you go. You got a badass overlay, that's for sure. With our logo. That little blue arrow is our logo. And our YouTube.com website down below, our advertisement. So then we can turn on our chat, on-screen chat, our leaderboard, our betting has opened, and we can make sure we got this stuff where we want it. Maybe we want it there. The betting has opened tab right there, maybe. And our on-screen chat, maybe we want it over here. Perfect. Get OBS out of the way, put that on your second monitor. Now you can see it's nice and clean. Looking pretty good. Looks alright. There you go. And that's all on here. You can mess around with this stuff. You're ready to race, my friend. There you go. That's overlay. And that's all in Photoshop. You can use GIMP. Just make sure it's a PNG transparent. And then just make sure you have it in the correct order on your OBS to be able to use it effectively. And then if you want, you can Alt-K. You can Alt-K and kind of move stuff around if you want. If you want the flag there, whatever. A lot of customization now that iRacing went to Alt-K. Because I know the relative box used to be all the way on the right. And now you can move it around and stuff. It's great to move around your gearing, your throttle, so people can see that a little bit better. And you can see it better. But there you go. That's overlay OBS. Alright guys, so putting it all together here, we want to start our very first stream. What do we got to do? We've messed around with OBS, we got all the other stuff set up, but now we want to start streaming. So you got to go through your little checklist here. So the first thing that you definitely want to do is go into your Kutu folder and make sure that you do have betbot.exe and chat.exe running. So you just open them up, you just double click them to open them up, and then they're running. Make sure they're working, and then you can just go ahead and minimize them there, and then just get rid of that window. The next thing you'd probably want to do is open up your stream monitor Get your spaceship control panel situated on the monitor that you want. You want to get OBS on that second monitor out of the way, but still visible. Go ahead and get iRacing loaded up. Get in the cockpit, make sure everything's working, make sure the wheel's working, make sure everything's working here before you actually start streaming. And then just go through your OBS scenes and just make sure that everything is working. So right now this would be our racing scene, what we're going to use. So our on-screen chat's working, our leaderboard is working, our betting has opened, there we go, our overlay's there, our face cam is underneath the overlay, perfect, and our iRacing is there. And then our non-racing scene, just to make sure everything's working there, our face cam, it's the monitor capture, which right now is just capturing iRacing. But there you go, so it looks like we're ready to go. Also, you could have like an intro screen for people. This way they can have a place to hang out before the actual stream begins, but you don't necessarily need that. It's really easy though. You just create a new scene, put it like just a picture, put the chat up there, the leaderboard or whatever, and then just play some music, wait for people to show up. You can interact with them in chat as you're waiting. But otherwise, if you think you're ready, you went over the checklist, you got everything running, you think you're ready to go, maybe you should put your stream title as like a test stream just to make sure, but it looks like you're ready to go, so you would stop the preview and then start your stream and you'll be live, and then the fun begins. Alright guys, moving on to follower notifications. So whenever someone hits follow on your channel, you want something to pop up on screen so you can give them the proper shout out. There's a lot of ways of going about doing this. All the links are down below. We're going to go to 3 different websites. First one being T-Notifier. T-Notifier does cost about $2 a month, but it does offer quite a bit of custom options. But all these services are pretty much the same. All it does is they'll give you a CLR browser plugin URL that you just plug into your OBS. But here's T-Notifier. Another option would be NightDev. NightDev offers some pretty nice, simple, clean pop-up alerts. Another one is Twitch alerts, and we're going to be looking at this one a little bit closer. So Twitch alerts, you just connect with Twitch, log in, and you'll head on down to the alert box here. And you can see all the settings. You can go through all the settings, make sure you got the right text, the right picture that you want. You can bring in custom pictures or choose one that they already have. As you can see, you can also have donation alerts, hosting alerts, subscription alerts, all that good stuff here. But we're just going to focus on just the follower alert for now. So you just get all your options, and it will create this URL right here. If you wanted to test it out, you can pop open this little green screen and send a test alert just to make sure everything's going good. And once you're satisfied, you can close that down and just copy and paste the URL here and head into OBS. And we're going to want to create a new global source for this, because we'll probably be using this over multiple scenes. So new CLR browser, and we'll just call it new follower, and paste our URL in there that we got from the website. Looking good. Okay, and add a new global source, new follower, there we go. And if we hit edit scene, we can see it's there, but it's not going to show anything until we get an actual follower. So let's head back to the website and we'll just send a test follow alert. And we'll give it some time there to make sure it's working. It'll pop up on screen. But you can put it anywhere you want. Make sure you get it nice and spaced where you want it. Make sure the volume's not too loud. You don't even have to have a sound notification if you don't want to. Oh, there it is. Just popped up. You can pick any picture you want. You can change the text around. Very customizable. for all 3 of these websites. There's even more ways of getting a follower pop-up, but these 3 sites I think are the easiest and most straightforward, and you can get it set up and going in no time, really. So there you go. That's a new follower notification. Like I said, you can go into Photoshop and make any picture that you want to pop up there. You can change the wording around however you want. So just test it out, and since you can preview the stream, just send the test notification as many times as you want to get it just the way you want it. So that's new follower pop-up. There you go. Alright guys, when dealing with global sources, our on-screen chat is a global source, and we wanted to make a change to it. Let's say we just wanted to make it a different size. So let's go to our global sources, our on-screen chat, go to properties, and we just wanted to set it, let's say we want it really big this time for some reason. So we just change the dimensions there, press OK. Now sometimes when you go ahead and do that, since it's a global source and then you have your different sources on your scene here, it'll look kind of funky like this. That ain't right. So sometimes you can try to reinitialize it like that. Usually that doesn't work. So what I do, it's the only workaround I've been able to find, is you just have to re-add it again to get the proper set. See, now we see it's fixed to our new settings. So just a little workaround there for in case you're having issues when you're changing your settings for a global source. You want to be able to have a good balance between the iRacing simulator and your microphone. What I've noticed with most games is that they are extremely loud. For iRacing, I go to 50% on the just the regular Windows volume mixer. So I go to 50% there. OBS I have running at 100%, and my browser usually I'll just buffer it down a little bit, 75% or so. Let's go into the options for iRacing sound, and usually I'll have everything blasted here for some of the louder cars, especially like the Gen 6. I've noticed you really got to put that down quite a bit, right about there. But everything else, the Porsche, the Mazda, even the Corvette probably would benefit from coming down a little bit, but it's fine when it's maxed. And with my mic settings, I find it quite well balanced. Obviously, you can either just record locally, check the audio, but I think a good tip is to have this sound mixer and just knock iRacing down to half there for the audio. Alright guys, let's change some options on our Twitch channel. So let's go ahead and go to our settings from your login to Twitch. Go to settings, go to channels and video, and scroll down till you see archive broadcasts. Make sure this is checked. That way it'll save all your broadcasts. That way you can highlight them. Also, while we're here, head to connections and make sure that you have created a YouTube account, preferably with the same username as your Twitch account, and make sure that's up and running. You do have to mess around with the Google Plus now with YouTube, so if you can get that all working, good luck. No, just set it up, a YouTube channel. Most people do have a YouTube channel already, so just make sure it's connected. You can also connect Facebook and Twitter if you want. Since if you're going to be using the stream panel, the spaceship control panel, you don't necessarily need this one with your Twitter account. What this does is every time you start streaming, it'll send out a tweet automatically. Twitch will do that for you, but since we're using the spaceship control panel, we can go ahead and tweet anything we want. Remember, that's really easy to do. You can just open up your monitor, click on tweet, and it'll give you the title as the default. Otherwise, you can change it to whatever you want. So that's how you do that. But anyway, so that's really optional for you. But the most important thing is to have the YouTube connected. So let's go to one of our past broadcasts. And let's say you wanted to just upload something to YouTube. So you'd come through here, find when the race starts and when the race ends, or whatever you're highlighting. Make sure you note the times there. And just click on highlight. Go ahead and plug in your times here. Make sure it's correct. Press describe highlight. Go ahead and give it a title description. This title and description will be used for both Twitch and YouTube. And then you can also put in some tags here if you want. And then you just hit create highlight. And then it'll pop up. And you will have the option to export to YouTube. And you're done. So once you're done with that, it'll export it automatically to YouTube in the resolution that it was originally streamed in. And Twitch takes care of everything. So at that point, you could go have dinner. You could turn off your PC, do whatever you got to do, and Twitch takes care of it. So it just uploads it automatically, which is great. But anyway, that's just some things you're gonna want to know for in your Twitch profile. So just some other tips and tricks or advice on how to stream, or what I should be doing when I'm streaming, or things like that. I think I've noticed most people want to see races. So if you can avoid too much practice, or sometimes qualifying can be pretty fun. But you just have to remember that the viewer kind of wants to see you race with other people, and really go at it in an actual race when it's worth something. But there is always time for downtime and casual practice and stuff for that. But that's just one of those things where you just want to keep the show progressing, keep it going, try to schedule out some of your races throughout the day. Be like, okay, if I hit this, I can hit that, then that, and that'd be pretty good, a little stretch of time. Other stuff we showed how you want your monitors to be set up as far as your chat box, where you're going to be seeing chat, where you're going to have OBS, and that's really important to make the show better for yourself, to make yourself more comfortable as far as you're in control of everything, where everything's at. Your interaction with the chat box is very visible to you. It should be one of the top priorities. Being able to see what your viewers are saying and interact with them. That's why I always like it really big right there. And then another thing is I have my camera right next to the chat. So when I'm reading chat, it almost looks like I'm looking at you. If you're not very good at looking like myself, sometimes you got to have the camera in such a way where it looks pretty good. This is my best side. This is the best as it gets right here. But so just take all that into consideration. You don't want the camera right up here looking up your nostrils. I like to include part of the wheel. As you can see, it's up kind of high. It's pointed down. I got my wheel here. They can see me, so it seems to work out for me. But it just takes some fiddling around with to be able to do that. But as you're racing, you want to be able to still be able to know what's going on in chat somewhat. You don't always have to react to it, but in your peripheral vision, you can always see it pop up. And with the highlighted messages and stuff, it makes it easy. So the main thing is, for me when I'm streaming, is that I just try to have fun with what I'm doing. And I do, first and foremost, I try to entertain myself. Because if I'm entertaining myself, that means I'm having a good time, and most likely that the people watching are having a good time. I'm not necessarily trying to entertain the people viewing. I'm trying to enjoy myself while I'm on iRacing. It has been fun. Tried my best. This was my very first tutorial I've ever done. Hopefully I gave you guys enough links and information on screen down below in the description. Don't forget about that. All the links that you need are there. If you're interested in a triple monitor streaming setup, I'm not the guy to talk to. So don't ask me any questions about a triple monitor setup. But if you have any questions about anything that I covered today, let me know in chat. We can use the comments down below in the YouTube video to form a conversation, a forum thread, if you will, about setting up for iRacing. And this is strictly streaming, iRacing combined, streaming and iRacing combined. So I'm trying to tailor it towards the racers that you know, maybe they're weekend warriors or something, and they always have big races on the weekends, and it's their one big thing they've been practicing all week, and, you know, here comes the big weekend, and here comes the race. Hey, you might as well stream it. There's a lot of people out there that like to see those types of races, myself included, you know. But stream anything you want and just hang out with people on chat. It's good stuff. But anyway, oh, we're trying to end the video. Okay, so we're ending the video now. So if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know down below. Like the video, I guess, or whatever you people do on YouTube these days, and share it around. If you like what we're doing at Grip TV, then definitely spread the word on all the social medias. If you want to watch us live, if you want to come watch us live, first you go to griptv.org to see who's streaming, and then you just use the griptv.org little player there to pop up any Grip TV streamer, or just head to Twitch and scroll around. iRacing is a good way to do it, but we're live most days, so come hang out, bet your turkey legs, and have fun. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you for the next tutorial or the next review. I don't know what the hell it's going to be. Thanks for watching. A huge thanks to Q2. If you missed anything, just head back to the beginning of the video to bring up the index. Hope this video has inspired some of you iRacers to start streaming your races, get more involved in the iRacing community on Twitch. Hope to see you guys out there. Hope the video helped, and we'll see you next time.